Good. How you guys doing?
Good. Considering you had to wait a little bit for the first one, it must be nice to not have to wait as long this time around.
Yeah, right. It's really cool to make a quick turnaround. I tried my best in that fight to take 0 damage, so I have a strong case to make this quick turnaround, and here we are.
Yeah, 36 seconds. You don't tend to absorb a lot of damage, right?
Right. Yeah. God willing. You never know. Shit can go wrong quickly in there. Especially you got dangerous opponents. It only takes 1 shot. So I really am trying to be efficient as possible out there.
At some point in your career, you're probably going to have a point where you say, oh, you know what, I've been doing 36-second fights for 5 times in a row. It'd be nice to go 5 minutes or 10 minutes.
Yeah,
Or do you not worry about that?
I don't know. I mean, let me just get to 2 in a row. I'll take this guy out just as quickly if I can. What did I say? That they don't pay us by the hour.
Bellator's kind of got a history of plucking, standout wrestlers like you, bringing them along at a nice steady pace. Is that the kind of pace that you are interested in, going forward 2-3 fights a year, or are you the kind of guy who would want to fast track?
Again, I thought I'd have this developmental 4-fight deal out of the way this year, but we make plans and God laughs. I had a skin condition. I had just shit that I just physically couldn't fight. It was out of my control. So again, I'd love to finish this contract and kind of get fast tracked to the level of opponents that I feel like I'm at. And again, my management, Bellator staff, everybody's great. I'm on their plan. I believe in it. So I'm not trying to necessarily change what's been talked about. But at the same time, they did bring me in here because they feel like I'm title contender. So eventually I'm going to start taking on these fights.
But this is your second professional fight. Does it feel any different now? You know how the weigh-ins go, coming out, walking out, things like that. Does it feel different this time?
I'm definitely more comfortable as an MMA fighter, making that transition as like a wrestler or a combat athlete or a grappler, where it's still all one-on-one, but this is still different, right? Like the media, the fans, they're drinking beers in the stands, they got walkout music, the whole presentation, that is a little new, so that was cool to kind of experience, get out of the way, and I still anticipate some nerves, I'm human, but I'm definitely more comfortable with this sport now.
Obviously, you're the name in this fight. You're going against Christian Echols. What do you know about him? You just watch any film on him?
No, I just liked his nickname, the Vanilla Gorilla, so we were like, yeah.
That's it, huh?
Yeah, I don't know. It's kind of, I don't like to sound like cocky, but even in wrestling, man, if you know a guy, Jordan Burroughs, I heard him one time at the University of Nebraska telling me, I'm so busy making this guy react to me, and this guy's so busy worried about me and what I'm doing to him that I don't have time to worry about what he's got going on.
Yeah.
So that's my ideology. We'll see.
Yeah, I think Jordan knows a little something about winning.
Jordan knows a thing or two about winning.
I saw a recent interview. Obviously, you always could be linked with the other wrestlers. You were linked with Bo Nickel. You guys had some matches together. Mm-hmm. You said that there's nobody in the UFC can match his wrestling. Is there anybody in Bellator that can match your wrestling?
Hell no. No, I'm the best wrestler. Fuck a weight class. The whole rock. I mean, no. There's very few people in the world that can ride. I'm top 5 on the planet. There's not, and granted, Bo's on that caliber. Zahid Valencia, David Taylor. You looked at the Olympic trials. There's only a few names. Nate Jackson. Kyle Snyder's, and I'm naming different weight class. Jaden Cox. Kyle Dake. Jordan Burroughs. We're Team USA wrestling. It's like it's us in Russia.
So I saw in a recent interview you talked about the big difference to you coming to MMA was the showmanship, this stuff. Mm-hmm. So talk about wrestling. What would you do to make that more so fans would get excited into it?
Yeah, besides those big names that I listed, you can't say you know anyone. So it's not really you can name a roster of people. It's you gotta let people be individually branding themselves, and you gotta allow the sport to be marketable. You gotta allow that to happen, and they will never, because they don't want big business deals with television. They don't want to have a Monday Night Football. They don't want to wrestle on Wednesday. They would rather keep their own pockets filled with Flow Wrestling and keep their individual little partnerships and keep it low scale. That's by design. That's USA. That's the governing body's intent in monopolizing the sport, essentially.
You just mentioned all these big name wrestlers that people I'm sure you're still friends with and stuff. You ever talk to them and say, hey, Olympics is still 2 years away or whatever. Why don't you come over to MMA?
Yeah, when I was sitting in the USA Wrestling Team, World Team, before the whole cancel culture thing hit me, I had no incentive to come to MMA. you're making, you go win a world title, you go you're getting, you know, making 150, 200,000 a year wrestling. Who's gonna go get punched in the face?
Yeah.
Where's the incentive? Now you're actually making money, but it's only that 1% that's able to do it. That's why you do see a lot of high-level wrestlers coming over, you know? We only know about the world team members. You don't know about the whole national team, all the other All-Americans. There's still so much depth in USA Wrestling that 99% of them can come over and still dominate in this sport. So I'm definitely in some of my buddies' ears, but then there's a whole another level of wrestlers that have no incentive to do it.
And I know you said in a recent interview, like, Alex Mejia would get smoked by Bo Nick, would get smoked by you. That said, do you want a quicker track to a title than
Yeah, for sure. I mean, I'm very happy. Like, I'm not gonna speak badly about my contract or the trajectory I'm on. You know, that's my management and that's Bellator staff. I'm happy. So whatever path they have for me, I'm with it. But at the same time, I know I'm ready to take over this division. So it's not a matter of like if, it's kind of just like when's this gonna happen? That's how I'm kind of viewing it. We'll see.
Pat, you've been very vocal about getting in a couple fights here and there outside of the cage, growing up and moving up in the world. And now that you're getting paid to fight in the cage, how does that feel in your young career?
Yeah, it's freaking amazing. From 15, 16, 17, like charged with first-degree assaults for defending myself as a, you know what I mean, and then going from almost losing my life and freedom as a teenager to now being a grown man, getting paid to do it, not having to pay lawyers. I'm like, hell yeah, this is the sickest thing ever. So I'm just truly like, in my questionnaire a few days ago, I was like, I really love this sport. Like the fact that I get to do this every day, I'm super happy and grateful and blessed. So
you touched upon it a little bit before about how you didn't really fit the mold for the wrestling community. Do you feel like you fit better in the MMA community? And if so, what's your favorite part about it so far?
100%. I mean, from being treated better in my first year with Bellator and like being able to change my life more with, you know, housing and, you know, dog and car and just little things that for the last 10 years I was struggling just to be like invited to the USA Wrestling parties, you know, and then once I do make it and accomplish my goal, then I'm kicked off for non-wrestling related things or non-performance issues. So to be almost feeling like, you know, castrated and pushed out of a place, but then to be welcomed into another place where I can even flourish more, I'm almost kicking myself in the ass, like, damn, what took so long to do this, you know? So it's a really good feeling.
All right, rapid fire for you, nice easy holiday questions, okay? It's the season of giving. What do you hope to give to your opponent on Friday?
And an ass whipping.
Is Die Hard a Christmas movie?
Die Hard is definitely a Christmas movie.
And what is on your holiday wish list?
I just want my baby back.
Thank you.
Thank you, Matt.
Good.